coming through with another live stream. As you come in, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way in. In today's video, we got a very interesting topic. We're going to talk about self-autonomy, self-reflection. We're going to talk about accountability. And I find this video more than necessary because you live in a world where nobody really takes the blame for anything going on in their lives. But today, we're going to shift the narrative. We're going to shift the narrative and we're going to bring a greater understanding to why we suffer a lot of the times in our lives. We're going to take full responsibility on this very day. And we're going to understand this from a spiritual dynamic. We're going to really hone in on our own lives and come to grips with why a lot of the times we're in certain situations that we in. And this one right here is going to be very multi-layered. I'm going to be speaking about relationships, people who have gotten out of toxic relationships. I'm going to be speaking in regards to certain situations and scenarios that we face as chosen elected people who go through persecutions in this earth realm. I want to speak in regards to how a lot of these things manifested and the reason behind it. Because a lot of the times you'll hear various people tickle your ears and tell you things that you want to hear. You'll hear people tell you that you're not to blame for a lot of the things that happen in your life. Look, a wise person once told me, 99% of problems that you have are your own fault. And I often look at things from the inside looking out or the outside looking in, because that's how greatness is manifested. You got to understand, greatness is made through responsibility. Greatness is created through self-autonomy. In order for you to change the narrative of your life, you're going to have to take authority over your life. In order for you to take authority over your life, you're going to have to really look at the series of events that led you where you at in life. No doubt about that. But before I get into the topic, I'm going to greet you all, the good people. And we got revival music up in here. Yeah, we got Cindy and Sophia. That's what's up. We got True Love, Omarion Slaughter. Chef Hefe, what's good, what's good. Before the Apocalypse TV, I see you in here. Yeah. Before the Apocalypse says, man, I've been the scapegoat of my family since I was born. Oh yeah, and some of y'all are the scapegoat. Some of y'all in this chat are the blame. So this is even going to help you. If you're a person that somebody is always gearing their focus towards, if you're the person where people who have basically told horrendous lies on you, or they've master manipulated people around you. If you're a person where people have basically exaggerated problems that you have or may have had, exaggerated these problems and exacerbated these problems and made it seem like you are the cause in the downfall of everything and everybody. Because some of us are the scapegoat. And that's the truth too. But we're going to bring balance to this. So we're not disillusioned by anything going on in this world. We got to bring total balance to what's going on. No doubt. Yeah. Yep. As you enter this chat, make sure y'all thumb the video up, because we about to go in. Self-autonomy. Taking responsibility for one's own actions. There's a lot of people who go through various situations and scenarios in life. There's people who get out of toxic relationships. divorce. And this is very relevant to society right now because it seems that somebody is always the bad guy. Somebody is always the one who was just a horrible person. And the other person seems to be an angel. They seem to be angelic. A lot of people victimize themselves. A lot of people project their own insecurities upon others. And it'll be the same people that say, look, this person did this to me, or that person did that to me. What did you do? How often do people say, look, I messed up. I did this, and this happened. Every action causes a reaction. Even being with certain individuals in these toxic relationships was the mistake. You not being intuitive enough and plugged into the Almighty before getting in these situations, that was the biggest mistake that you could have made. And now you in that situation. And now getting out of that situation, you have failed to take responsibility. So now you're constantly suffering. You're constantly suffering from the hands of your blame. Because you're not looking at yourself and correcting it. You know what? I messed up doing that. I should have never been with that individual. I had too much to drink that night and I was weak in the flesh. And I dealt with a person that I dealt with because I was weak. I made that mistake. Everything that came with that mistake afterwards was essentially your own fault. Everything that came with that mistake, you're going to have to bear the blunt of it. And see, a lot of the times people will tickle your ears. People will make it seem like every persecution you go through in life is because you're special. And that's just not the case. We're going to have some real talk today. Some things that we go through in life is because we put ourselves through them. And anybody who achieves a level of spiritual elevation that ascends above a lot of others, any person who achieves their goals, any person who achieves any type of mission in life are typically people who practice self-autonomy, people who evaluate their own actions, people who reflect on themselves, people who say, you know what could I have done better in that situation? We got to ask ourselves, are we doing that? Are we truly doing that? Are we honoring our God to the best of our abilities to keep us protected from certain situations? Are we doing that? Let's see. Yeah, Gerald Nichols says, I realized people I was with, I realized was very lost. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you got to take responsibility as a man or a woman for being in those situations. You can't allow your own lower self to hold you down to a low level because you're not taking responsibility for your actions. There's so many times I hear stories. And so many times people send me emails. And that's why I decided to actually make this video, to respond to numerous emails of people who are involved in toxic relationships. I gotta let it be known, and I'm gonna say this publicly, just so everybody will have the answer to their question they're looking for. Listen, you gotta take responsibility for your actions. You gotta take responsibility for being involved with that toxic relationship, because essentially you put yourself in that situation. So moving forward, in order for you to heal, you're gonna have to actually reflect on what you did. And that's why a lot of people are afraid to actually be alone. When you really look at it, a lot of people don't want to spend time alone because that's a time of reflection. That's a time where you have no voices in your head. You have nobody on the outside speaking. You have no voices to cloud your judgment. And you're going to have to look at yourself and be like, how did I get here? How did I get here? What mistakes did I make to be in this situation? And without that, We are hindering ourselves. We are hindering ourselves. Woman's Warrior says, I have learned to always look at my actions. Any why people are no longer in my life, sometimes it hurts, but you got to keep real with yourself. Facts. Facts. When you're alone and you're isolated, you have no distractions. No distractions whatsoever. And speaking as a person who just spent a lot of time alone, I had no choice but to reflect. Had no choice to be like, how did I get in this situation and how can I make it better? Especially a lot of you brothers out here. You got to understand, as leadership, as men, as the warriors of the truth, you brothers may have made mistakes. You may have chose the wrong woman. You may have put yourself in a situation that's hard to get out of. You may have to go get lawyers involved. You may be losing a paycheck based on your actions, but you got to take responsibility for that, because you being a man, at the end of the day, you the one who got to right that wrong. You the one who got to get that situation right. You understand? Nobody gonna get it right but you. Yeah. First Lady says, not knowing your self-worth can get you in a lot of trouble. That as well. That's a very good point. A very good point. And a lot of the times, our people in general, and I'm speaking of people from the diaspora, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and so forth, a lot of the times we were raised up to have certain insecurities based on society's image of what perfection should be. And so through these insecurities, we're often manipulated by others because we didn't take the time and energy to actually love ourselves. And sometimes it's all about timing, yo. It's all about timing. These series of events that we go through as people, they're supposed to be learning experiences. Everything that you go through, you're supposed to learn from it. When the weight of the world is bared down on your shoulders, it's because the Most High God got a great calling on your life. Anything that you're going through and it's a lot weighing on you, and every mistake you make, you have to have a lot of punishment because of it, that means there's a great calling on your life. You're supposed to be doing great things. That's the only reason. You just got to make sure you're on the right side of things. Thank you for the super chat, family. I appreciate it. Some people just want them and need a struggle buddy, right? And you got to remember, misery loves company. Misery loves company. Loves it, absolutely loves it. And you got a lot of people out here that can't never look at themselves. And I'm going to tell you, that's a trait that is very off-putting to somebody who can see spiritually. That's a trait that's very off-putting when somebody is always constantly blaming somebody else for their problems. Like, it's just very off-putting, because it's like, okay, what have you done? Why are you in that situation? You understand? There's a lot of people like that. Well, this person did that to me. This person did this to me. I don't know what's going on, but this person this and that person that, and like, hold on, let me slow you down for a minute. Like, wait, slow down for a minute. Slow down. Wait, what? This person did that, this person did this. Why is this happening to you? Why? Well, I don't know, people just targeting me, and I'm going through this and I'm going through that. No, wait. Forget about everybody else for a second. Because if everybody around you is making you suffer, right? We got to figure out a way where you're not suffering no more. Let's forget everybody else, right, for a moment. Let's get everybody else out of the picture. Let's get gang stalking out of the picture. Let's get neighborhood mobbing out of the picture. Let's get all of it. Let's throw all of it away for a second. You're getting workplace mob. People are targeting you. Okay, I get all of that. Let's shift the narrative for a second. What God are you serving? Do you know the power of your God? What's going on? What is opening that gateway to allow actions to happen against you? Do you think that your God is strong enough to protect you from those things? Do you understand? Like, what are you doing wrong where these negative actions are able to be conducted against you and it's allowed to happen? Because not a leaf falls from a tree without the Most High's permission. Not a leaf drops down from the trees in this world without the Almighty saying that it's happening. So with that being said, what can you do as a servant to ensure that these actions, these negative, evil, demonic actions that's taken against you goes with no avail? What can you do to stop it? What can you do to make sure that that no weapon formed against you shall prosper? Because that's what the scriptures say. No weapon formed against you will prosper, right? Why are some of these weapons being allowed to prosper on you? Why is the Most High allowing this to happen to you? Now, if you keep on gearing the energy towards these people, if you keep gearing your energy to the actual physical side of things and the people in your life that may be causing you problems, then guess what? You'll never look towards the direction of the solution, because the people aren't the solution. You understand? If they're causing you problems, what is allowing this to happen? I'm going to tell you. It's self-autonomy. It's things that we got to learn as chosen. We got to learn how to speak life into existence. We got to understand the power of our words. The Bible says our words are like a double-edged sword. It can cut through bone and marrow. It cut through flesh. It cut through everything. If your word's strong enough, it could cut through a damn building. How often do we give people the power? How often do we give people the power? When you blame others for your situation, when you blame others for your issues, when it's somebody's fault, you give them the power. You don't give the Most High the power. You don't even empower yourself. You give them the power. You understand? Absolutely. Tobias Torres says we never will learn that at school. This is a game changer for life. Absolutely. I mean, this is something that we got to understand, that there's a realm that you can see and there's a realm that you can't see. The spiritual realm always have devices coming against you, and there's always devices that's fighting on your behalf. Now, once you understand that and you looking at things three-dimensionally, and you're not looking at what's on the surface, you're not looking at the physical realm, there's a lot of things that won't have no type of manifestation against you. There's a lot of things that just can't come up against you. No weapon formed against you. You know what I'm saying? Yup. Miami, Florida says the world evolved us. The whole world evolves around psychology. Facts. You're right. Starting a new life starts with the renewal of the mind. You understand? It starts with the renewal of the mind. The scriptures tell you that. So that shows you how powerful psychology is. Even you thinking that somebody is to blame for your problems, you have given that person the power. You will continue to suffer from that person. You literally, if you're blaming something on someone else, if you never look at yourself and take any accountability whatsoever for what's going on in your life, you will constantly give those that you feel in your psyche, in your heart, in your spirit, you will give those people the power every time. And you will continue to suffer. You will suffer by the hands of others. You will always be a victim. You will always be victimized. And that's a dangerous place to be. That's a very dangerous place to be. And there's some people who are even teachers, leaders, prophets, and false prophets, of course. A whole lot of people out there who teaching, who are constantly victimizing themselves. I can hear it. I can hear them victimizing themselves. And guess what? They victimize those around them. Everybody around them becomes a victim. That's why you got to be careful what type of things you bring into your psyche, what type of things you bring into your spirit. You don't want to be constantly victimized by people who haven't even took responsibility for their own actions. You can't listen to them. Yeah, the Conquering Lion says subconscious trauma, PTSD, anxiety disorders, manic depressing disorders. Absolutely. And all of that is just demon possession. All of that is demon possession that can be casted out. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about taking authority of our own lives. Because if something is always someone's fault, you will never reach your full potential and you will always suffer. If something is always somebody's fault, you will always suffer. Straight up. Let's see. David 9 says, I was a kid when people hurt me the most. How could I fight? Now that you're a full-grown adult, you got to cast down all imaginations of that past. You got to heal from it. You got to reconcile with the Most High God and understand that the reason why you went through great travesties as a child is because you had a great calling on your life. You have a great calling on your life. So whatever you went through as a child, that was to mold and critique your character. Of course, you couldn't do nothing about that as a child. You couldn't stop it. You was not at fault. You was not at age. So that's something that you got to reconcile with the Most High. You got to understand what you've been through. You listen, brothers and sisters alike, when you go through certain things as a child, you got to learn how to really help others with what you went through. You got to learn how to really help others that may have gone through the same thing and not be afraid to put out some of the trauma, to help others to get through it, to show that, look, I'm still here. The Most High God is still with me. I'm still walking this narrow path, although I went through these things as a child. That's part of your purpose, to help others. You understand? And you know, and this also goes two ways, because some of y'all watching this chat right now, watching this stream, some of y'all are the scapegoats. You understand? Some of y'all are the scapegoats in your family. Some of y'all are the blame of everything, and you don't even understand why. And you're in a place of disarray, and you're in a place of confusion because you're wondering why you're always being blamed. That's because those people are toxic people. Those are people who have failed in life, who cannot take responsibility for their own actions. So therefore, they need an scapegoat. Listen, a lot of people with a lot of shortcomings always having a scapegoat. Always. They're always going to blame somebody else for their shortcomings. They're always going to blame somebody else for why they haven't reached the potential or the place that they feel they should have reached in life. And some of y'all born, I hate to say this, some of y'all born into families full of those. Some of y'all's parents are that way. Some of y'all's parents, and I know it's ugly, but some of y'all's parents think you are the reason why they couldn't get right in life. You know, listen, there's mothers and fathers that say horrendous things to their children. Like, I wish I never had you. Do you know the psychological damage that plays on a child when a mother or father says, listen, I wish I never even had you. I would have been here. I would have done this. I would have done that. But guess what? Who opened their legs up? And you got a lot of parents that sit there, mothers in particular, that be like, look, I had you. I've carried you 9 months. And listen, only thing you did was lay on your back and enjoy some sex. And a baby came out of it. You know, there's a lot of people who think they actually did something because they had, look, where's the accountability? If you had a child at a young age and you felt like that child slowed your whole life down, where's the accountability for enjoying the sex? That's why we're talking about accountability. We don't want to repeat the vicious cycles that our families have had, that a lot of brothers and sisters have had. Not saying my family in particular, but I know a lot of people have been through this. You know, a lot of people are bitter because they felt like their life should have went in one direction and it didn't. So now they need to blame somebody. They need to blame the child's father. Brothers got to blame the child's mother. You know, the mother got to blame the child. The mother got to blame the daughter. The mother got to blame the son why she ain't where she thinks she at. Listen, we don't want to repeat that cycle of blaming people. We don't want to repeat that cycle. I don't give a damn. Look, if you get in a relationship, and I'm speaking to ladies in particular right now, because this voice goes towards ladies. I don't give a damn if you get in a relationship where a man thugged you out left from right, where a man treated you like pure, utter garbayashi. I don't care if he treated you like trash. I don't care if he was breaking his foot off in you. None of that. Guess what? You as a woman are a gatekeeper. You are a gatekeeper. You are the one who allows the man in. You open your gates. You understand? You allow that man to be in your life. Not saying that that man is right. That man is totally wicked, right? Not saying that he's a good man. Not saying that he's not going to have vengeance from the Lord coming on him. But what I'm saying is that initial meet and greet, that initial time of y'all getting together is totally on you. It's on you. You got to take responsibility. At the time, something that was in you was looking for the bad boy. You got to look at yourself like, you know what? Something, I was attracted to that some way. I was attracted to abuse in some way. It might have been because of my upbringing. It may have been because, you know, I had a dysfunctional family. It may be reasons why, but you can't blame the person. It may be reasons that attribute to why you chose that person, but still, all in all, those reasons is something that you got to deal with. You got to deal with those reasons. Why you ended up in that situation. Because if you continue to blame that man, you continue to give that man power, although that soul tie should be disconnected. That's that spiritual connection that y'all had, because it was still a spiritual connection. It should be broken, but it's not broken because you're continually giving that person power over you by blaming them and not looking at yourself. And that goes for a lot of you brothers too, we have children out of wedlock, and we want to blame the child's mother because she made my baby mom, she ain't right, she don't treat me right, and she put me through all. Listen, you laid down with that woman. You chose to plant your seed in that woman. And now whatever comes from it as a man, you just going to have to man up. You just going to have to man up. It just is, it is no other way to put this. You're going to have to take full responsibility, because if you don't take responsibility for your actions in this life and you don't have any accountability, you will always suffer by the hands of somebody. I can honestly say, at this point in time in my life personally, I'm not suffering by the hands of not one person walking this earth, even those who are trying to make me suffer. You understand? Because I'm not giving them the power. And we got to understand, even those who are designed to be stumbling blocks, those who are designed to be enemies in your life, those who are designed to keep you at a lower state. Listen, although those people are here, I can honestly say at this point in time, none of these people have power over me. None of these people are making me suffer personally. Even if they're putting together evil devices against me, it ain't making me suffer because at the end of the day, you digging your own damn grave. You understand? You harming the Most High's elect. You digging your own grave. Everything that people do to try to harm you is actually they're harming themselves. You got to look at the prayers in the book of Psalms. You got to look at some of David's prayers. For all my Bible believers out there, you got to read David's prayers, how he prayed for his enemies. When they setting up a snare for you, make sure that snare land on them. If you pray those type of prayers with faith, trust and believe, I can be a witness, I can be a testament. I done seen the Most High remove people. I'm talking about remove them. If you believe that and you pray those prayers to the Heavenly Father, you're going to see how powerless people really are. You're going to see just how powerless people are. You can see why you can't really blame them for nothing. They ain't nothing but a bag of flesh. They ain't nothing but a bag of flesh being used. That's a lot of people in this earth. They're nothing but catalysts for spirits. Even you, everybody watching, everybody in this chat, we are catalysts for different spirits. That's all we are. Think on a higher plateau when it comes to this. You got people with evil spirits and people with good ones. The people with evil spirits, they don't have power over you. The Most High control it. The Most High control the light and the dark. The dark is only used to make you better. It's only used as a tool to critique your character. That's all it's used for. Yeah. YouTuber says they schedule their torturous attacks around specific dates when they gang up spiritually against us. They keep trying and failing miserably. Absolutely. They're failing miserably. If you're in this live stream and you gaining edification, hit it with a thumbs up button. Hit it with a thumbs up button. Y'all know how we doing, yo. You know, if you enjoy all the constant content on a regular basis, hit that thing with a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't know, we got the Brew League tonight. It's going down tonight. I'll be a judge on the Brew League. It's going to be aired via YouTube, Inside the Nation Radio to be exact. It's going to be me, myself, brother Abaya Adonai, and all the finalists of the music event. And we want y'all to come through and help us with the voting process. I was going to do a pre-recorded video today and just do a quick motivational talk. But like I was saying earlier, man, in the month of October, the ending of the month of October, coming right off of Halloween, you know, we need this spiritual food on as much as possible. As much as possible. And I love building with like-minded people. And I'd rather be live and direct right there with y'all, man. You know? Dro, thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. Somebody said the dark is used to try to destroy your spirit, anything attached to you. Absolutely. That's why we got to bear the light. No doubt about that. Sherelle, thank you. I appreciate the super chat. Drop a link. I will drop a link in the description box for the radio show tonight. Yep. Samuel says life is 20% what happens to you and 80% how you react. Yeah, gotta take responsibility for everything, man. I love that. I love that. Things happen to you, man. Like We just gotta take responsibility, self-autonomy all times, y'all. We gotta really practice self-autonomy. When you looking at some of the devices that's brung against us, based on our reactions sometimes, we can either cause ourselves more problems or we can start giving ourselves a solution soon as the problem hit. The Most High God is the solution. Every time a problem comes, there's your solution. Go to the Word, go to prayer, so on and so forth. But depending on how you react to that situation, you can make even more problems for yourself. And then who you gonna blame? You gonna blame the initial problem because you created more problems out of the first problem? No, you take responsibility for your actions. What you could have done different when that problem arose, because problems are gonna happen. Things are gonna happen. You know, it's like let's talk about gang stalking for a second. For those who are not familiar with the term I'm using, gang stalking is neighborhood mobbing. Gang stalking is when a collective group of people come against one person based on spiritual beliefs, based on religious or political differences that they may have, or based on the fact that these people are just downright evil and they're into witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, Freemasonry, and somebody on the outside ain't into that. So they have their little neighborhood watch, they have their harassment, they have their smear campaigns, they come against that person. Let's use that for example. Now, a lot of people, if you're an individual who going through that, if somebody is literally harassing you based on the fact that you're just trying to live set apart and live your life and serve your God and do what's right, some people will create more problems for themselves because this is happening. Some people will take that as an opportunity to lose their composure. And that's exactly what these demons want. They'll take it as an opportunity to lose their composure. Meaning, yeah, people are ostracizing you. People are acting different, moving different. People ain't really treating you correctly. People are doing things behind your back. People may be damaging your property. They may be talking about you, but they want you to react in such a way where it's a total detriment to your livelihood. You know, some people kill themselves because of this. This is a reality. Some people can't handle the persecution coming from others. So, you know. Yeah, Night 144 says, bro, who you telling? That's why the Most High stresses men having knowledge, wisdom, discretion, and discernment. Facts. Yeah, facts though. I see y'all in the chat. There's new people joining. That's what's up. Y'all see this? See the bees? It must be a hive up in that tree. But look, speaking of reactions, let's say for instance, right, I just swatted at that bee, right? And I kept swatting at the bee and I panicked, right? Let's say that bee landed on me and I panicked. I'd have got stung the hell up, right? You know understand? So that kind of points out the mentality that we gotta have. We gotta keep our composure. We gotta take self-autonomy. We gotta look at ourselves. You understand? But you know, I just wanted to come through with this quick video. Y'all make sure y'all catch the show tonight. Hopefully this video helped you out and your walk in your journey. Let's take responsibility for our own actions. Take accountability, self-autonomy. Quick motivational talk. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all for watching. With that being said, shalom and peace.